One of the first things that the cardinals will want the new pope to tackle, and which the wider church will want him to tackle, is the state of the central administration of the church in Rome, the Curia. One of the reasons for the pope's resignation is the so-called Vatileaks scandal, the leaking of confidential documents which revealed a series of internecine struggles between the key officials in Rome. There's a lot of rivalry, a lot of whispering and backbiting, and a general sense of lack of trust in the central organization. Also a good deal of lack of transparency. People are worried about Vatican finances, the suspension of the Vatican's credit card system before Christmas shocked the Catholic world. So all of that needs to be tackled, and many people think that the Pope resigned because he felt too old and ill, really, to take on the mammoth task of sorting out his own administration. To some extent, I think what's at the top of his list will depend on who it is. We tend to get a rather narrow perspective on what are the big issues confronting the papacy. And clearly, if you live in Western Europe or in America, sexual issues are very high on the agenda. The widespread acceptance, for example, of same-sex marriage, which is a big problem for the Catholic Church, but also, of course, the scandal over clerical sexual abuse and the loss of confidence in the Church's officers because of the cover-up of a lot of that. If you're, let's say, imagine an impossible scenario and say one of the Chinese cardinals is elected, well, they're confronting a very difficult situation with a rival Catholic Church sponsored by the Chinese government, with all the problems of the expansion of Christianity in a materialist, hostile state, a time of great opportunity and hope, but also a time of great difficulty. Clearly, somebody from that sort of environment is going to have a very different agenda. If you're a cardinal from Africa, then militant Islam is going to be an enormous problem. So I think we can't construct in advance a list of papal priorities till we see who they've elected.